Hey, good morning, guys. About to do a quick Sunday morning workout. Wanted to get out before it gets too hot. It's supposed to be almost into the 100s today, so I definitely want to get it in while it's still kind of cool out here. But as you can see, have my pull-up bar, have a little mat that I'm going to do push-ups on. So I'm just going to do a pull-up, push-up routine. I'm going to try to do 10 sets of 10 pull-ups and 10 sets of 50 pull-ups, just alternating. Pretty good workout for upper body strength, you know, get you motivated. So just check it out. First set out the door, 9 more sets to go. So just that I'm not gassing myself out, probably do like a 30, 45 minute, I'm sorry, 30 to 45 second break in between. Don't want to take too long, just want to kind of get through this workout since I am doing 10 sets. Second set done. Go ahead and start my timer. Third set, already feeling it. Just wanted to emphasize, when doing a workout of this capacity, you definitely want to control your breathing. You don't want to be in between sets, gasping or trying to desperately suck in air. It's just going to fatigue you out quicker. So just take deep, controlled breaths. Like I said, it's only set 3. Still got 7 more to go, but we'll get through it. Fourth set. Fifth set. Already got me on my knees. Got 5 more sets to go. Like I said, we'll just push through it. And I actually kind of live by some wood, so if you see me keep looking over, all kind of different animals, I guess, waking up and running this morning. So I'm just kind of interested to see what's out there. So, forgive me if I keep looking off in the distance. right, sixth set. Man, this is where you got to start digging deep. This is where it's actually getting a little bit hard. It's not really the pull-ups, to be honest with you. It's the push-ups. So I'm trying to emphasize, keeping proper form. Not trying to cheat reps just to get through the workout. Seventh set. I just got done with the seventh one, and hopefully I'm keeping correct count. Usually when I start getting fatigued and exhausted, it's so easy to lose count of how many sets you've already done, but if I'm not mistaken, that was the seventh set, so 3 more to go. If I was wrong, just let me know in the comments. If I have enough energy, I might just do an extra set just to put my mind at peace about that one. So moving on to the 8th set. Got to dig deep on this one. This is where you find out who you truly are. It's the 8th set, moving on to the 9th. As you can see, I'm already drenched in sweat. So like I said earlier, it's supposed to be a really hot day and it's only about, almost 8 o'clock and it's already this hot outside. So definitely take precautions if you're working outside, during the hot weather. Stay hydrated, pace your exercises, don't overexhaust yourself too quickly. Definitely don't want to have a heat stroke or a heat injury. I used to be a medic in the Navy, and just being out in weather like this is no joke. A lot of cats, they pass out really quick, underestimating, you know, their ability out in weather like this. So just take precaution. But see, I already lost count. Moving on to the 9th set. Like I said, I might do an extra one at the end just to put my mind at ease, just in case I didn't actually do 10 sets. So nice set. Moving on to the 10th set. And guys, I'm doing this, but let's say you're not at this level. You can't even do a pull-up or, but a couple of push-ups. Just improvise. Do whatever workout you can. If you just have to dead hang on the pull-up bar, just do that for a couple of seconds, until you can progress up to longer. Dead hangs, they definitely help you, ease more to be able to do a full pull-up. If you can't do as many push-ups, do push-ups on your knees. Do 5, 10, however many you can do for a couple of reps or sets. Doesn't have to be, all out like I'm doing right now. I actually worked myself up to this over the years, so this is nothing nobody just jumps into and is able to do. So, don't get down on yourself. Start, where you are comfortable, and eventually keep building up. Like I said, with these push-ups, that's part of the hardest part of my workout. So that's why I'm really digging deep, thinking about that 50 I have to push out, that I'm going to be able to get through it. So unless I miscounted, that was the 10th set. But like I said earlier, I may have skipped one, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock out another one just to put my mind at ease. I don't want to do a video being all motivated and emphasizing exercising and keeping up the pace and consistency and skip a set. So I'm gonna go ahead and get another one in there, and that'll be the end of this workout. So wish me luck, guys. Over here struggling. Last set of push-ups, but when you're at the final moments of your output level, just really think about some goal that you're trying to obtain. Think about the insecurities you may have about your fitness level, your lifestyle. Dig deep and try to bring that to the forefront. Face that internally and externally, and use that as motivation as to why you need to push through the remainder of your workout. A lot of us, we just want to give up at a certain amount because we think our body's done, or can do all it can do. But the amazing thing about the body is that as long as you train it, you can push it to levels you never thought it could go. So I'm gonna try to dig deep and knock out these final push-ups. All right, guys, that's it. Let me get out of the sun here. That's it. 10 sets of 10 pull-ups and 50 pull-ups. 10 pull-ups, 50 push-ups, for 10 sets each. May have done an 11 set, I don't know, but oh well. Either way, there's nothing wrong with doing extra. You're just training your body to be able to, have the strength and capacity to get through your next workout of the similar nature. So, just want to keep motivating you guys, stay on your fitness journey. I've been working out for years. Like I said, my physique, that's not something you can get overnight. And I definitely want to emphasize, proper eating. A lot of people, they finish their workout. Oh, I've burned off, a lot of calories during that workout. I definitely sweat it. So, I'll go get something real quick, fast food, cinnamon roll, bacon, all kind of junk, But just remember that a lot of your physique is going to come from the kitchen and what you eat, what you put in your body. That workout I just did, yeah, it's beneficial. It's going to help sculpt my body, but the dieting, the food I eat, it's definitely going to play a role, in how, I look and my physique. So, always push through your workouts, finish to the last set, and eat properly. And definitely in weather like this, stay hydrated.
But thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.